Her words floated in the air like smoke. "Don't be dramatic. It's just one night with my CEO." She adjusted her hair. Smooth, practiced, indifferent. I said nothing. I said sure. Morning came like a hammer. I wasn't ready. A roar shattered the calm outside our front door. "The merger is dead. Who is your husband?" I froze, holding my coffee cup, my grip tight enough to splinter bone. The man's eyes were wild, burning with corporate fury and confusion. My wife's phone rang. I noticed the slight tremor in her hand as she answered. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." My daughter-in-law's voice was clipped, precise, mocking over the line. I smiled faintly. "Enjoy," I whispered. 71 calls. 71 missed calls from her secretary, her CEO. I watched my phone light up like a siren in the dark. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. The betrayal hit like ice in my veins. Not just the affair, God, I could have endured that, but the arrogance, the public exposure, the audacity of thinking she could waltz through my life and burn it without consequence. I replayed the night in my head. Her perfume, the rehearsed casualness, the way she lingered on the phone, her voice honeyed for someone else. And me. I had been a spectator in my own home. I didn't scream. I didn't confront. I couldn't, not yet. There was a storm under my skin, coiled and precise. I watched her carefully. The small things, an extra swipe of lipstick, a phone tucked just so, glances that darted too quickly. I noted them, cataloged them, stored them for later. Every movement became data. Every word a potential lie. I felt the cold logic set in. She wanted drama. I would give her consequence. I began quietly. DNA tests on her late-night friend. Phone records acquired through channels she would never suspect. Observations from the neighbors, the staff, even her assistant. I moved like a ghost, invisible in plain sight. I played the part of the oblivious husband. Coffee, casual smiles, the occasional nod. All the while, my mind mapped every angle. Where she went, who she called, what she thought I didn't notice. I saw patterns emerge. Her lies, once scattered, now formed a lattice. Each thread of deceit connected to another, building a picture she would never recognize until it was too late. At night, I walked the perimeter of my own life. Every detail mattered. The phone left charging in the wrong room. The faint scent of her perfume lingering on a jacket. A whispered laugh over the line cut short when I entered. It was meticulous, slow. I let her think she was safe. I let her think she had outsmarted me. The thrill of anticipation was intoxicating. The report arrived in a quiet envelope, placed under my door without ceremony. One page, one signature, one undeniable truth. I held it in my hands like a scalpel. My breath was steady, my pulse measured. She walked in, unaware. I didn't look up. I placed the envelope on the table, letting it slide with a deliberate whisper of movement. She froze. Then, the realization. Her eyes darted, searching, pleading. I said nothing, just waited. The silence was a predator. Finally she spoke, trembling. How? I leaned back, calm, almost bored. You underestimated me. She crumpled, emotions spilling, fear, regret, anger, humiliation. Every emotion she had tried to hide reflected back at her. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't strike. I didn't even touch her. I let the world do that. I sent the evidence to the CEO. Every call, every text, every misstep recorded and cataloged. The merger was dead, yes, but now so was her illusion of control. I called her office, calm, measured, each word clipped and surgical. You may explain yourself. She stuttered. She begged. I hung up. The silence after my hang-up was louder than any scream. I showed up at her doorstep one last time, not for confrontation, but for closure. I handed her the final piece, a photo of my villa in Switzerland, a quiet symbol of what she would never touch. My calm gaze met her panic-stricken one. 71 calls, still unanswered. 71 frantic attempts to reclaim what she had never truly had. I turned, left, every step deliberate, every heartbeat detached. Alone in my villa, I sipped wine as dawn bled across the mountains. Her betrayal was a memory now, sharp but impotent. The chaos she brought into my life had been absorbed, analyzed, and nullified. I didn't feel pity. I didn't feel relief. I only felt clarity. The truth had been exposed. The greedy shrew had crumbled. And I remained untouched. I looked out over the Swiss horizon, cold, unmoved, unbroken. The past was gone. The future, mine. No calls, no texts, no apologies. Just quiet victory. And I smiled, just a fraction, knowing the storm had passed, entirely on my terms.